Hey everyone, Dennis here with Pro Pool Inspectors. We're going to show you how to use the Pro Pool Inspectors Pool Inspection app. Go ahead and click Login and it'll bring you to your client data page. If you haven't used your app in quite some time, usually about 24 hours, the app is going to automatically update report data because firmware, it may be something that we've done here where we've updated the app. And so we want you to have all the latest information for your app. Once you are here, in your client data page, and if you'll look at the top, this actually identifies my client data page. It will have your name on your client data page, and you want to start a new report, just hit the new report icon in the bottom right hand screen. And that will open up the new report option asking you what type of report do you want to create. Do you want to do a residential inspection? Or do you want to do a commercial inspection? For this one right here, we're going to do a residential inspection, and it's going to ask you to fill out the name of your client, the address, the city, the state, and the zip code before it will let you move forward. We're going to go back to our client here. So we use the wedding cake up here in the top. We call that the wedding cake or the hamburger. That's going to open up your menu of items. So let's go here to an actual report. So anytime you enter a customer's information, it's going to take you to this page which says add cover photo. And one of the first things that it asks you is, do you want to add a cover photo to the report? So right here, I'm going to pick from my gallery. Let's just say this is my cover photo. I know it's not a very great picture, but it just gives you an idea. We can either use the forward and the backward arrow up here in the upper right-hand corner. So as you can see, when you touch that, we're going to give the options to have a reverse arrow. Or you can just choose directly from the wedding cake menu in the upper corner there. That is going to be a way you can actually move forward. And the next page, you could add your custom logo in your account on our website because that is created just for pool inspectors who have this app. So you can drop your logo in there, or you can use this area right here to just add your logo every time you do an inspection. But if you drop it into the website, our website, you put your logo there on your account page. Every time you open this page on your app, your logo is going to be there. So type in Pro Pool Inspectors on your search engine, click on the website, click on the wedding cake or hamburger menu, click on Login. If you're not logged in, sign in. You'll automatically be directed to your landing page here. Click on the Change Logo. If you don't see your logo, choose File. It will take you to your Photos gallery. You'll want to download your logo in this area if you don't currently have it on your photos gallery. And then once you see your logo pop up here, click Save. And now your logo should be on your account. It will also draw into your reports every time you open up a new report. Your logo will be there so that you won't have to automatically add it into your app every time. So we want you to know about that. Okay, next we're going to show you the welcome letter is going to be the next page. This is actually a page that you can change all of this information. You can retype whatever kind of welcome letter you want. It does not have a limit on the text characters, but if you get to a place down the road where you feel like that message is not as robust as you wanted it to be and you don't like it anymore, you can always switch back to the default right here, which will be this welcome letter here. So moving forward, we get into the gist of the inspection. And as you can see here, if we choose the wedding cake in the upper corner here, it's flowing right along with what we've already done. You know, custom logo or welcome letter, and we're now in perimeter fencing. Every section of the app works the same. We call these sections right here the headers. We call these sections right here the subheaders. So if they're in a light gray, they're the subheaders. And in the drop-down menu, we call these sections right here, if it has a checkbox on it, we call them the narratives. So if you decide to add a new narrative, you can do that by adding a new narrative, and I will show you that real quick. So if we click on new narrative, you're going to want to give it a name, and we'll give this a new narrative. You can even click on your microphone. See there? This is your microphone. Because I saw a new item that was not on the inspection report and I had to add it here. Okay, so we've got that. So this button right here, Save for the Future, this is asking you right here, do I want to save this information for future reports? or is this just a one-off thing? So if you save it for future reports, it's going to add this every time you open up the app. But if it's just this one time, then it's only going to be on this report, and the next time you open the app, this message will be gone. So we'll click Save Narrative, and as you can see right here, it has now added this new narrative with a trash can. If you don't like that in the future, I can now delete it. So now it's gone. Also, like adding a narrative, let's say that just like the narrative, you don't like the subheading. As you can see here, we have icons that are on every subheading. So if we scroll down and see, as we open each subheading, there's new narratives, but the options here for the icons are the same on every one of them. So let's say you check a box here, you don't like it, you can hit this red X and it will remove everything that's in that box and you can start over. So if you type something in here and you don't like everything you've typed, okay, and there's just a bunch of verbiage in there that you don't like any of it, you can hit clear and it'll be gone. All right. You can even talk to text. I think these two are pretty self-explanatory. Take a photo or pull from gallery. So this one right here, this copy option, is the one where you would add a new subheading. So if we hit copy, it's going to say Gate 1 satisfactory. That's because we're copying the current subheading that we're on. We're using the current subheading and we're saying we want to drop this new subheading right below this current subheading that we're on. So as you can see here, the narratives that are in this section are in black, which is default. Orange is the option for a maintenance issue, or red would be narratives that are safety issues. So if you're choosing a subheading where you're going to put narratives in it and you want those narratives to call the reader's attention to look at what you're trying to describe to them, these options right here are for maintenance and this is for safety. So if you have a message, if you have narratives in this section that are going to be issues of concern, this is the way we kind of classify those concerns. So let's say right here we have Gate 1 satisfactory, and we want to say that the new section is Gate 1, and let's call it safety defects. And notice that I am not typing in all caps. It's because the algorithm is going to pre-populate for the format of the app. So you can type in all lowercase if you wanted to. It's going to populate already for you. Okay. So let's just say we have safety defects, and for us, safety defects are in red. Now, do I want to include what this is asking right here? Include narratives. All right. The question it's asking is, do I want to include the narratives that I'm pulling from the current subheading where I have started copying from? Do I want to include those narratives in this new subheading that I'm developing right here? Well, because we were in Gate 1 satisfactory, we don't want to pull those narratives over because now we have safety defects, okay? And it also is asking, do you want to save this subheading system for future reports? If you don't check this box, this is only going to be on this one particular report. If you want to keep what you've got, now you have save for the future, and see right here, just like the adding narrative section, we have a trash can by the subheading. That's how the app works in every section, adding narratives, things like that. That's how you're going to add subheadings and narratives all throughout the app. So if you want to find out in the subheading here what the information is going to look like when it's on your report. So right here we have pool drain cover defects. If you touch on the copy option here, it's going to tell you what the narrative color is in this section. Okay, so when you open that, that helps you know exactly what color these checkboxes are going to be in if you check them on your report. So let's say right here we've added a photo, and one of our problems is the cover itself is defective or missing or something like that. As you can see, we have added narratives on our report here, but these are the preset that are going to show up on your app. So let's say maybe, for instance, the cover is not anti-entrapment. So if you can see here, the app has already pre-selected data that we have edited and vetted through the industry standards. So right here we have an issue that we know is going to print in red on our report. We just don't show that right here when you're doing it in the field so that everything is color-coded for you right here, but it will be in the final report. So right here I'm going to show you how to edit a photo. So touch on the photo, and it's going to open up, and it's going to have a pencil in the upper left-hand corner. It's also going to have a trash can so that if you want to erase this photo and add another photo. But let's touch on the pencil here, and it's going to open the photo with some options. And right here, we have the option to drop down and do, as it automatically starts, it starts with drawing. So if you wanted to just draw on the photo, you could draw on it, you know, or things like this, or circles, or, you know, whatever you wanted to do right here, you could do that. So let's hit clear, or you can hit undo. If you hit undo, it's going to do them one at a time. If you hit clear all, it's going to take them all off. Let's say you don't want to draw on it. Let's say you want to actually place an arrow. So you can draw arrows, but here's where these options come in right here. So let's say you wanted to change the color. You could do a yellow arrow. You could do a blue arrow. Let's say you use this feature right here. This is going to be an enhancement feature right here, and this is going to make whatever you're using to draw with thicker lines. So in this instance right here, we have arrows, and as you can see, I'm going to change that to red. I can make the arrows bigger, and the bigger, the more enhancement you give, the bigger the arrow is going to be, okay? So we're going to clear all that out. And let's say we wanted to draw, you know, a rectangle around the issue that we're dealing with here, okay? So see, that's a little too thick, so we're going to clear all, and we're going to drop that back so it's a little bit more manageable of a rectangle. Let's do this. Let's talk about this real quick. So we can say text box here. Okay, notice if we start typing, you know, letters get pretty big. Done. So if that's big enough, maybe it's not big enough and you want to make them a little bit bigger. So we could look at this and we could say text box, and we could say bad, you know, bad area. All right, done. And maybe this is how you want to add this to your photo. If you long hold on the words here, you can now drag them around and drop them where you want them. And let's just say we wanted to add an arrow here. So is it thick enough? Maybe we want to back that arrow back, click off, and we can say bad area. Whatever you want to do on the photo. So we're going to save it, and notice our photo here now has words on it and arrows so that when the reader gets the report, they're going to have this information on the photo as well as the information in the box. So it's completely up to you how you want to do it. Now, let us show you how to actually print the report and email it. So using the wedding cake here in the upper left-hand corner, we're going to click on it. Right here at the bottom, there is a report summary. And what we're going to do, we're going to click on that, and that's going to show us our report. So we didn't put very many photos and comments in this report. That's just a test report. But if you'll notice right here that it pre-highlights what's going to show up on the report, okay? Tells us that we have pool tile, we have a maintenance issue or a maintenance thing we're calling out, and it's in orange. We've also got evidence of a check mark, okay? Check mark right here. And we have evidence of a camera icon here, which means that section has a photo in it. And notice also we have in red, and we have a photo here. So this issue is in skimmers and floor drains. It's got a safety message in it that we evidently checked the box and we took a photo. And if we scroll down here a little bit, we have a camera and we have basically just a memo about satisfactory on the mechanical pumps, okay? So that lets you know the summary. If you wanted to, you could go back to this section. Let's say you meant to put something that was a defect in this area. Well, all you got to do is touch on this area and you're going to go back directly to that area, okay, of the report. We have this right here. We have these features on the report summary section. We also put one here for select date. Okay, this is optional. This is just in case the current date is not what you want to put on this report. And why would you do that? Because you may be doing a reinspection on a property and you're using this report and you may want to change the date for the report, or you may want to change the customer's name, okay? So let's say, for instance, we were going back to client data. So we would click right here. This is going to take us back to the pool inspection report and see right here, Captain America. This is his report. So we may want to change the customer's name right on this report. Captain America may have dropped out of buying this house and Peter Parker shows up, wants to buy this house. So we can go on the report right here and we can edit the customer's information. So right here we can change the customer's name if we wanted to, and we could update customer, okay? So let's just say Captain, let's say Captain Canada. Update customer. So now we have this same report and we're going to use it, report summary, and now select date. Let's say it's 3 days from now and it's now July the 8th. Okay, so now our new date that's going to pop up on the report is July the 8th. And that makes it so that when you generate the report, it shows up with the new customer's name and the new date. So right here is where you would use to generate your report. Generate report. And it's going to think for about 10 seconds because it's going to compile all the photos and the comments that you made. And it's going to build a professional report with your logo, a cover photo, a welcome letter, the customer's name, the inspector who did the inspection is going to be down here as well. And so this is going to be your customer's biographical information right here. And so as you can see, it's built the report. The third page, which you do not edit, we have not put this in the editing capability yet, but this is just a disclaimer that gives the customer a color map key that shows them why things are in red and orange. And we also put a little bit of disclaimer right here in this section that tells them, hey, we did not open anything, we did not change anything. Not only that, but we did not even pull the permit on this pool to see if the permit was written right. We have no idea if this was built to the current codes at the time that it was built. So a little bit of a disclaimer there. And there's also a disclaimer at the very end. This is a more robust disclaimer, has similar information in the beginning. This is also going to enhance if you have sent another disclaimer to the customer that they signed before you did the inspection. So this is pre-printed as well. You can actually edit this one on the report. But now you can see that the report is built and we now have information. We've checked boxes, we've taken photos, we've even edited photos right here. So there's your bad area and your arrow that you drew about the main drain. Okay, and see that this is pre-algorithms show up in red. And right here is information of why things are in red, because these are safety issues for the industry. We have vetted these issues, and that's why they're on your report, okay? So you may be wondering, well, how do I email this report? Each device is a little different, so this may be different on your device than it is on this device. But I have an Android here, and of course in the upper right-hand corner, I have 3 dots. If you are an iPhone user, you may have a box like this with an arrow in it. I have seen that's pretty common on a lot of Apple devices we use test with here. But each way it's going to take you to an area where you can send the file. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. How can I send this file? You can send it using email or texting. Even mine has the ability to send it through WhatsApp. So whichever way you want to send it, the way you prefer, we choose email. That's our most preferred method of sending. And so that's how we send most of our reports. So when I choose email here, or Gmail, it's going to take us to our email screen. So this gives me multiple ways to send it here. I always choose to send a copy to my office, so ProPool Inspectors is the way I'm going to send it here. And if you have a secondary way that you want to send, just hit your drop-down menu and choose your carbon copy or your blind carbon copy. And you may even want to choose to name this file. So it's going to give you a subject line here. We're just going to say inspection report. All right. And so I often put the whole address in here and let them know. You can put in a nice welcome email here, which is what we have. I will show you something here on my device. I can minimize here, and in this Word document, I have a pre-printed email here that can be used to just carbon copy. And of course, I will change the names from each user and each email, each address. And I can copy this, and I'll go back to my report here. And as you can see here, I already have my address pre-selected, and I can just paste that welcome letter here. And I can, of course, change the name and say like new client, whatever that new client's name is right here. And I can change the address right here. So I can change this address, but I've just got it in here as 123 Main Street, Nashville, where I live. All right, so right here, the file is attached. Okay, if you don't see the file attached, it didn't get attached, and you need to go back and once again email your report. Begin to email the report. So right here, this is ready to go, and this is telling us that the report is attached, and we now have a letter, and we can now send this report, and it is ready to go. So that's how you use ProPool Inspectors app. If you need more help with our app, please be sure to send us an email at propoolinspectors@gmail.com. We'll be glad to reach back out to you. You can leave us your phone number. We'll be glad to call you. The app does work offline, so that if you're in an area where there is no internet, you can open the app and work on it, except when you go to send the report, you do need a Wi-Fi signal because you are trying to send something via email. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that helps you use the app. If you have any questions or concerns about how to use the ProPool Inspectors app, feel free to drop us a line at propoolinspectors@gmail.com. Thanks very much. Hope that helps.